Well, everyone. So, thank you guys for the Japanese tattoo video. So, in this one's very special. You guys know who it is. I don't need an introduction of this one. So, this is Miyamoto Musashi. Born in 1584 on June 13th, and he died at 1645. Also known as Shinmen Takezō or Miyamoto Bennosuke. Sorry if I butcher your Japanese names wrong. Or by his Buddhist name, Niten Dōraku. He was a Japanese swordsman, philosopher, strategist, writer, and rōnin. So, in case you guys don't know what a rōnin is like someone who doesn't have a master. They're a samurai but don't have a master, or under a government to serve. So, or anyone who's like kind of like a Roman, like a roaming samurai, like the samurai that just roams and stuff like that. They don't have like any authority to answer to, so they're like a freelancer in this case. So Miyamoto Musashi became a world renowned through stories of unique double blade swordsman, undefeated, recorded in his 61 duels next to the 33 of Itō Ittōsai. So sorry if I butcher our names wrong. Musashi is also known as a Kensei, a sword saint of Japan. He was a founder of the Niten Ichi-ryū or Nito Ichi-ryū, the style of swordsmanship. In his final years, he has made a book called the Book of Five Rings, and also is known as Rin No Sho, or also another one called Dokkōdō, the Path of Aloneness. So basically, Miyamoto Musashi, he's been like a hero figure in Japanese tattoo and yakuza, kind of like a male gaze romanticize of what a hero is. Like, you know, he's like their version of like what Uncle Sam is to Americans. But Miyamoto Musashi is like one of the greatest samurais ever lived in Japan and stuff like that. So he has come up with so much philosophies. There's so much things about him, and many of people who has a warrior mindset, especially in the military, or especially people who are security guards, especially if they want some encouragement, especially if weak men wanted a samurai of encouraging tattoos or whatever, they use Miyamoto Musashi as inspiration. A lot of MMA fighters are starting to get Miyamoto Musashi tattoos because of what he represents, including Joe Rogan, the famous Joe Rogan. He admires Miyamoto Musashi. Like him, Mike Tyson, and everyone else, they admire Miyamoto Musashi. There are many celebrities who admire this man. However, in the ukiyo-e version of this, of what you're seeing over here, these are many versions of the depictions of Miyamoto Musashi in different scenes. This is like a romanticized version of this stuff. So like, it's based on his real events, but it's also a ukiyo-e version of it. Hokusai and Kintagawa has created these things, like this mythological version of Miyamoto Musashi. So, however, he has won many battles. He caught a lot of bodies, of course. So, you know, and then after his like endeavors and stuff like that, he created a school. He created a philosophy book that many Japanese and many non-Japanese people use it as well. So the Book of Five Rings is a part of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. So rumor has it that Miyamoto Musashi has been inspired by Sun Tzu of The Art of War. I mean, who doesn't? But either way, like, he's been inspired by The Art of War, and he took those philosophies during his trial tribulations, during his samurai battles, and his close near-death experience battles with other top samurais in Japan, to put it in philosophy. So it's kind of like a Japanese version of The Art of War. So like someone years ago has recommended me to read this book. I heard the audio version, but I didn't really read the book regarding of Miyamoto Musashi. But many people got a lot of tattoos of him, and he's one of the greatest Japanese swordsmen that ever lived. Many non-Japanese people, many Westerners admire Miyamoto Musashi, and now people are learning more about him in the West. But in Japan, there are 10,000 more samurais, or 5 more greatest samurais of Japan of all time, and the Yakuza has got tattoos of him to honor his legacy and to honor his name. And the Musashi family is very honored to even have this man romanticized and depicted as a hero of courage, brave, swordsmanship, bravery, and also humbleness as well. Some say Miyamoto was humble, some say he was braggadocious. It depends on the perspective of the person who got defeated or the person who was on Miyamoto's side. But however, Miyamoto, he's like a lone wolf, so he was much of a loner, so he wasn't really much of a social person like that, besides what he does for what he's good of doing. Now, later on in his life, so I gave you a little biography of Miyamoto Musashi, and I gave you a little his accomplishments and why he's important in Japanese tattoos. If you're getting a Japanese tattoo of Miyamoto Musashi, make sure you have the characteristics of Miyamoto Musashi, like you're kind of a lone wolf, or you just like the story of Miyamoto Musashi, or you just want a picture of a samurai. So this is the best video of you to get if you want a particular samurai or any just general samurai. So Miyamoto Musashi is the way to go, is because he's one of the most famous, the top shelf, the top notch samurais of all time. You know what I'm saying? So in Japanese culture. So that part being said, you can get him as a back piece, chest. Who does he go with? Most likely, traditionally in Japanese tattoo, he's good with like falling maple leaves or falling cherry blossoms with blood in the side, or you could put like skulls in the side of him, or severe heads, or Namabuki will be good with this as well. And also you could put a bat eating a flesh while Miyamoto Musashi is penetrating with his two-bladed swords on the bat as well. There's many designs you can do this as well. There's a whole bunch of designs you could do with Miyamoto Musashi. But as you see these pictures over here, is a great depiction of Miyamoto Musashi. Now, that part being said, you compare him you compare him battling with other samurais as well. Like you can have Miyamoto Musashi on land and at sea and on air, because apparently there's many like versions of him in a ukiyo-e sense. But however, if you get a tattoo of him, you definitely have the warrior spirit. Of course, he goes with like clouds, water, wind bars, scallops, but the main flowers he goes with is either maple leaves or cherry blossoms or maple leaves. One of those two will be good for his background of Miyamoto Musashi, because it represents his life of death, because Miyamoto Musashi is life and death, and later on in his life he became a Buddhist monk, he became an artist, and to reflect on his deaths that he has erected, and however to also honor those that he has killed in battle, and to make sure he teaches the new generation of how to properly treat people and also properly honor the battle. Thank you guys for watching.